We're gonna go through Telegram. I'm gonna try to do it a bit faster today because I wanna go to bed early, dude. I need to get to work tomorrow. So while ordinary Ukrainians are suffering at the front and being kidnapped to fight a Western elite war, right? We got the Kiev mayor Klitschko family partying in Germany. Making cringe videos, by the way. Fucking cringe video as well, dude. Fucking cringe. But I'm good that they're posting these sort of videos, so the people in Ukraine can see what they're fighting for. In New York, more than 10,000 police officers from across America, including Canada, said goodbye to their colleagues Jonathan Diller on his final journey. I don't know what that is, dude. Who is this guy? Who was that guy, dude? Diller was a regular cop, but was killed by a criminal who has been released from prison 21 times. Okay, moving on, dude. Moving on. So, what is this? So, esports is not for women. It seems that an inadequate person in the Pensa region is confident this way, regularly beating teenage girls in a computer club. What the hell? Click lock. What the hell, dude? What the shit, dude? This is what's this, dude? I think this is a guy trying to escape. He did some. He fucked someone's wife, dude. So, St. Petersburg, an inadequate person decided to escape from the police by going out the window. A man hovering between heaven and earth demanded that they call him a normal cops. An ambulance arrived instead. I don't know what happened. I thought that was something else. Is he gonna jump from this too? Hey, big bad boom. Bit far, dude. That's a big fucking far, dude. This is you, Lynx. Oi, 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 oi. He survived. The ambulance is on its way, dude. Oh, he's down. That's the cops, dude. I don't know what he did. I don't care, dude. He was running from the police. Moving on. The war continues. Gaza Christian minority seeks shelter over Easter weekend. So, Christian community of 1,000 people have taken refuge in 2 churches in besieged Palestinian enclave. The situation for Christians in Gaza this Easter is objectively intolerable. We've always had many problems of all kinds, they said, and even the economic financial situation has always been very fragile, but there's never been a hunger before. I think so. Sibrusk, are you here? Sibrusk? Handfix, you do realize the problem now is that you're no longer entertaining. You see the problem with that, right? Yeah, but that's coming from you, so it means nothing. Privet Buffy, how are you doing? We got a Christian song here from Palestine. Yeah, that's so dumb, dude. All he got is propaganda talking points. Remember, the most propagandized people in the world is America. That guy is literally that. And he's just like, nah, not me, dude. It's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious. The moment you stop being entertaining, Handfix, it then becomes a problem. No, the cult is in America. The left and the right are two cults. That's when you show them data, they won't change their mind. That's a cult. Yeah, that's projection, dude. And it's proven. It's proven. You can go back just 2 years and see what happened in the last 2 years, 4 years maybe. You'll see that it's very easy to prove that the cult is literally in America. I'm not American, dude. We got an 11-year-old boy here from Gaza. Shares one of his experiences during the war. Remember, Handfix, we're not really using mainstream media. So, no one told us anything, dude.
اسمي بدر خطيب. عمري 11 سنة.
ايش بتسوي بدر قاعد؟
والله قاعد بلم المعلبات للناس وبجيب الخشب يعني احنا هاي دارنا هنا. هاي.
ايش اللي صار؟
صار.
You keep harassing though. Just go back 1 minute and you keep harassing. We'll see how a hypocrite you are. It's also pretty common though.
الفجر حسبت لما كسفت الدار قلت ان خلص اني رحت فيها. قلت خلص متت. ايش بدي اسوي؟ جرحت من هنا يدي من هنا غرز. من الصبح.
You just leave?
شفت اشلاء مقطعة اللهم صل. مش عارف ايش بدي اقول لك، شفت اشلاء مقطعة اللي نصه رايح اللي نصه هيك اللي راس. بنت حطوها هنا الناس منضمية وبنت اول اشي شفت بنت غاد.
You can just leave, dude. You can just leave. But you see, the irony is that you're not leaving. You see, the irony is that, right? I don't think you do.
مقطعة تنتين بطنهم مقصرين مطلعة. شنو حطوا على الحراب؟
Yes, Light. It's insane, dude. Do you know what's funny? Light is Russian. And he can fucking recognize it, dude.
شنوهم كلهم هناك أول ما طلعوا يعني. حطوهم كلهم هناك. والله ما نعرف ايش خليها يا ماما. بس ايش شو اقول لك تعبنا متنا هنا متنا رسالتنا تخلص الحرب بس. انا بتمنى بس تخلص الحرب بس. هاي اللي علينا تخلص الحرب بتكون الدنيا امان. نرجع لمدارسنا ونرجع للحياة الطبيعية زي ما هي.
Nice kid, dude. Just normal. Nice kid, dude. We got a Palestinian pastor sent a message to the world on Easter. It's from yesterday.
Easter is upon us, and the genocidal war in Gaza is still happening. Our hearts and minds are with our siblings in Gaza, who are literally being killed from starvation. Bernard is completely isolated from Jerusalem. We are not able to take part in the religious activities like the Palm Sunday procession, and the procession this year lacked any sign of joy like it usually does with the participation of scouts. We are not able to visit the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to pray like we usually. This is the same experience of our Muslim siblings who are not also able to pray in the Al-Aqsa Mosque this Ramadan. The Saharifa of Bethlehem from Jerusalem is unprecedented in history. Freedom of worship is a basic right.
Wouldn't be surprised if that guy had fixed a jacks off to Gaza, dude.
Dignity and freedom in our we are reminded how Jesus shared our faith in this. It was
Of course he does. I saw what he wrote, dude. Completely, he's also nuts, dude. I feel like you're right. He came into Twitch, didn't know anything, just quickly read up about it so he could pretend to not be known about it, but it's just transparent, dude.
Then killed on the cross, becoming
Imagine if Tuol landed on a channel that was a bit more pro-Islam. He wouldn't be saying that shit.
a victim of the very same violence of empire. The message of Easter is that the final word always belongs to God. When we
And then he also goes around and says that the CIA has hijacked the Orthodoxy in Russia. It's just so ridiculous to say such a thing, dude. If they have that, why don't they do something?
one another with Al-Masih, calm, Christ risen, we are preaching the gospel of life. We are reminded that the final word is that of life, truth, and justice.
Very nice, dude. Very nice. I'm moving quickly. Absolutely inhumane. German volunteer slams Ukrainian troops for drone attacks on Donbass children.
Но когда человек, сидящий и видящий, куда он направляет этот дрон, осознанно скидывает этот дрон на ребенка, это самое ужасное, что может быть в этом мире, потому что правильно Рацин сказал, нету украинских детей, нет
Doesn't matter for the Nazis, dude. They keep fucking killing children.
детей, нету американских и немецких детей. Все дети одинаковые. Дети это Божьи ангелы, которые мы, взрослые, должны защищать и оберегать. И как назвать, я не могу, извините, я не могу назвать человеком вот это существо, которое, сидя и видя, куда он скидывает этот дрон, зная, что там пострадает этот ребенок. Я не могу такого, вот такое я не могу назвать человеком. Вот как может такое существо скидывать с дрона просто на ребенка?
Also because they're fucking psychopaths. That's why America recruited Nazis, dude. So they would do such a thing. This is what the Rangers talked about yesterday. I'm not quite sure I can show you this. But we got a video here, so I'm not gonna show the video. We got a guy lying on the ground, stabbing operation in Gav adjacent to Ashdod, occupied Ashdod, leaving three Israeli settlers critically wounded. So this is an instance that the Rangers was talking about. There's no further information about what happened. But I queued this up for that reason, dude. I wanted to know. Russians didn't recruit Nazis. Handfix, you're being boring, dude. You see, I told you the problem with that. You're being boring, dude. It's an issue. Russia didn't recruit any Nazis. It's illegal in Russia. There's no Nazi monuments in Russia. There's no Nazi holidays in Russia. You're being super boring, dude. I know you feel bad, dude. Maybe your mom did something to you. Maybe your dad did. Maybe they did something to each other. This is Twitch. Come on, dude. You won't get healed here, dude. It's not gonna work, dude. You tried. I've seen you here for 2 years, dude. You're the same person. You won't heal here, hand fixing. Your lack of empathy, your psychopathy, your mental state is gonna remain. It's just gonna get worse, dude. There's nothing wrong with China. There's nothing wrong with Russia. That's not gonna help you, dude. It won't help you. The CIA publicly there is like declassified docs with the CIA using Nazis against the Soviet Union before, during, and after World War II. Yeah, but you saying that you're just doing ad hominems hand fixer. It's again, it's boring, dude. Don't you find it funny that you're not leaving? Don't you find it funny that you're not leaving? I know why you're not leaving. It should be very revealing to you that your state, your mental state is not allowing that. Weird, dude. Look at this. This is a kid in Gaza. Something that Handfixer doesn't relate to. But you can see how she's shaking because of what she's been through. This is something that Handfixer doesn't understand, dude. He might even think it's good. This is his porn, dude. It's very sad, dude. But there it is. There it is, dude. In altered reality, like in the one where Ukraine is winning, dude. You are the one saying the Western weapons were best. It's quite clear that you are the one eating the propaganda, dude. Handfixer, and the example is in Ukraine. The example is literally in Ukraine. Of course not, Panamero. You just got a random Cobra in here. So take a look at this. This is from Sweden. Swedish Air Force. JAS 39 Grip. So, are you scared? Click look. I do think it's a cool aircraft though. I don't know how good it is. And fix, all you need to do is just explain why you haven't left. Can you do that? Yeah, but that's not an explanation though. That's the reason why he's enjoying it, Satyan. That's the reason why he's enjoying it, dude. And it's funny once he realized that reason. It's funny, dude. Did you find a pyramid too? Did you also find a pyramid? Did you do something that no one else did? Are you that good, dude? Does everyone need you, Handfixer? Are you the solution to the world, dude? I think that if everyone had a Handfixer, then there wouldn't be any issues, dude. He can fix everything, boys. It's not him, it's us that's the issue. You see? I want to show this entire video. I know Clay was afraid of that one, dude. But the point of it is that Russia is winning pretty easily, actually. Russia is not only winning, they're winning easily. Do you know what's also funny, Handfixer? Is that the Western media is now admitting, after 1 year and a half, that's when they started to admit that Russia was winning, right? You've seen the articles from Avdiivka. You've seen the articles from the FABs, right? So this is the dilemma for people like Handfixer, is that the Western media said Russia had a bad army. He adopted that. But now the Western media is saying that Russia is actually winning, right? Russia is even winning against half the fucking planet, right? And the Western media is admitting this. But he's just like, Russia is still bad. Now take a look at this. A Ukrainian team just won the Counter-Strike World Championship. And when they do, they're gonna throw some Sikals, dude. Just like Handfixer does. This is gold for Handfixer, dude. This is fucking gold, so take a look. Typical. This is the heroes of Handfixer. And the one who defends. No, that's just typical Western cope, dude. Handfixer. That's typical Western cope. Remember, Russia took Kiev once. And that's when Ukraine surrendered. And that's when Boris Johnson told them not to surrender. So they've already done that, dude. In fact, they did it quite easily. Russia did the fastest encirclement in history. That, what you're saying is literally proof that Russia is the best army in the world, dude. Hey, Cat Cube, what's up? I know, I'm gonna come to that. This is the Secretary General of Ansarullah, Hunis. What he's saying is ISIS and Al-Qaeda claim that they can carry out operation in any country and have committed heinous crimes in many Islamic countries, but they do not open any front against the Zionist enemy. The problem of Kavari with Iman al-Ali was that he adhered to authentic Islam. Today, Takfiris commit crimes against authentic Islam. Yeah, he's completely nuts, dude. He's completely nuts, dude. But you have to be completely nuts. Ukraine is a race against time to fortify the front line, but Russia is not winning. So here we got some footage of the front line where Ukraine is trying to make fortifications. Remember, Ukraine has never made fortifications before. Ukraine never made these. They just used cities, dude. That was Ukraine's previous fortifications. That was cities. And Handfixer was cheering that on. He was cheering that on, dude. The perpetrators of the murder of the defector pilot Maxim Kuzminov, who died, the guy who died in Spain, that you guys remember, he stole an Mi-8 helicopter. He shot him 6 times and then he drove his car. So what's this, dude? So the perpetrator shot Maxim 6 times, okay, and then took his car. 9mm cartridges from Makarov pistol remained on the scene. According to the New York Times, on February 13, a white one, a Tucson, drove into the garage near the house where Maxim Kuzminov lived. 2 men in a car waited for Kuzminov for several hours. He drove into the garage, got out the car, after which 2 men called out to him and opened fire. Yeah, that guy is completely fucking nuts, dude. That guy is completely fucking nuts. But you have to be nuts, dude. You have to be nuts not to see reality. Take a look at this cat cube. This is remote control. And Fixer, you're getting like super boring, dude. You're getting like super fucking boring, dude. You know what's funny is that you keep being on the channel. I told you to explain why you're here, but you can't. Don't you find it funny you can't explain why you're still hanging out, dude? No, it's just annoying, dude, because remember, I've been streaming for 2 years, right? and the Nazis came here initially, right? The Nazis came here, and then the Zionists came here. Boring means something that you have tried too much. That's the definition of boring. So you can't just make up your new definition because you're mentally unstable, right? But that's typical. That's typical cope, right? You're trying to conflate two things. Actually, yes means no. Remember, you probably raped a bunch of women. I'm pretty sure you're a fucking rapist, dude. I'm fucking certain, dude. But boring means something you've experienced too much. And you are one of these, dude. You're just one out of many. And we've tried it so many times, dude. You can just look up the definition of boring if you're worried, dude. But I get why you're making up your own, and that's why you probably raped women and children.
Состоит изделие из пульта дистанционного управления, от которого происходит питание вот этой платформы. Пульт можно выносить на дальность до 300 метров, питание проводное, изображение от камеры и от любого...
I keep telling you to leave, dude. I keep telling you to leave. Just leave and fix it. Just leave, dude. But I find it funny that you won't.
В принципе, управление осуществляется с помощью джойстика и
программа,
которая
Big Bad Boom did it.
прицел с данными
Big Bad Boom did it, dude.
переносит двумя военнослужащими
The pedo is gone.
телевизионный канал для наблюдения и тепловизионный для прицеливания и ведения огня.
I wrote to Sibrus.
Есть как на пулемете штатный, так и здесь режим включения-отключения огня. Есть более быстрое движение дистанционной платформы при нажатии там двух кнопок.
Yeah, but that's normal, dude. He's normal.
Для точной подстройки под цель. Сейчас продемонстрируем работу.
Shouldn't be this tough to make an automatic weapon like this. Now they just need to make it so they can aim automatically, fire automatically, and then they need to use it against the fucking naval drones, dude. Last night, a drone hitting the target inside an Israeli naval base. Okay, an Israeli naval base was hit. I don't know much. Could have been the hoodies.
He's your buddy too. I got it all, bro. Your boy got it all, bro.
Moving on, we are to Innerhavidul. This is a power plant that was hit, I think. So a thermal power plant was hit in Smilevskaya. Hey, Stan. And you can see it hits with precision, dude.
But it really...
This is an American, I believe. Former U.S. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis. And I think he's in Russia. He's going to talk about the Western NATO.
But it really, most of elite Washington, they want you to believe that a neo-Fuhrer in Putin is going to come rolling across the plains of Europe again, just like Hitler, the first one did, back in 1940, 1945. You're going to have another major war, and the United States is going to have to get in it. That's the play. We will have to fight. And you've probably heard that many times, on regular news channels and certainly on ours. But is that true? Is that even possible? How possible is it that Putin will roll into NATO, that there will be another war, and that we should fight? And if we don't help Ukraine win, then we're going to have a bigger war later. That's the gist of their argument. Is it true? Well, it's not true. And I'm going to show you it's not here. So first of all, let's look back in February, where Tucker Carlson went to Moscow to interview Vladimir Putin. And he asked him specifically about this. So what are your aspirations? What is he saying? So Vladimir Putin doesn't have the intent, and he doesn't have the capacity. By his own acknowledgement, he recognizes defense spending for the United States and NATO is overwhelming massively against Russia. They can't compete against it conventionally. He said that many times, and it's just look on the paper. It's clear as can be. Look at the reality on the ground. He could not go conventionally into us. But that does not stop Vladimir Zelensky from claiming he does. But you know who else doesn't have capacity? Ukraine doesn't have the capacity. If you take a look at the capacity that Ukraine has with all of the stuff that we've been giving them from the beginning, and you take a look at what Russia has from the beginning, but now especially going forward, every capacity that you want to look, Russia is on the top. But Ukraine is dwindling in all these capacities.
True, dude. True. This guy's just quoting Elon. Ukraine's summer counter-offensive was one of the biggest debacles in history of modern warfare, with tanks and soldiers running headlong into minefields while Russian artillery rained down on them from heavily fortified positions. As Elon points out, this should have been easily predictable. But Petraeus, Hodges, Spencer, Nuland, Sullivan, and Blinken all shared in it and touted the prospect of success. These people are fools who should have no credibility left. But of course, the mainstream media never holds them accountable, so we'll get more of the same until Ukraine finally collapses. Remember, you have like Dylan Burns, that guy and Fixer, and essentially all of Twitch cheering for the Ukrainian counteroffensive. War in Ukraine. Macron promised to help Kiev is in a budgetary and political headache. The French president had promised up to 3 billion euros in military support, but with public accounts looking unhealthy, France's finance minister has planned 10 billion in budget cuts. Okay. The passability is very bad. The Russian troops have restored and captured a German Marder armored vehicle and are giving it an honest review.
БМП Marder, производство Германия, так сказать, установленная компанией Rheinmetall для поставки на Украину. У нее 3 человека экипажа: механик-водитель, командир, наводчик, 6 человек десанта и включая 7-го человека, медика.
Исправность была топливная система, были повреждены радиаторы охлаждения, электропроводка, электрооборудование. То есть осколочные повреждения, были повреждены магистрали, провода. Заменили, отремонтировали, то есть достаточно быстро.
Хорошая машина.
Вот в плане комфорта, удобности, может быть, да. Опять же, она вот более массивная, более вместительная, так сказать. Но опять же, она платится за это меньшей проходимостью, так сказать. Вот, можно сказать, боеготовностью полной.
It's cool that they restored this, I think.
Проходимость очень плохая. То есть грунтозацепов нету. Стоят резиновые подушки, влитые в траки, из-за чего проходимость только ухудшается. Для передвижения по твердым грунтам, по асфальтированным дорогам, возможно, по песчаным дорогам, то есть по грязи она движется очень плохо.
Like all the weapons, it fucking sucks in Ukraine, dude. So we got China's foreign minister trash US foreign policy. Yes.
Хочется констатировать, что
they did, Sean.
Американцы, которые никак не могут отказываться от своего ошибочного восприятия в отношении Китая, не выполняют данное ими слово. Приемы по нажиму на нас только обновляются, расширяется список односторонних санкций, необоснованные нападки, абсурдные да нельзя. На словах одно и на деле другое. Разве этим может заслужить доверие крупное государство? Впадать в истерику даже из-за слова «Китай»? Разве это совместимо с американской самоуверенностью? Что позволено себе в американской мечте, а не дозволено другим даже в нормальном развитии? Разве это справедливо? Всячески пытаться сохранить свое господство в глобальной цепочке создания стоимости, а нам же заставлять оставаться в ее нижней части. Разве это можно назвать честной конкуренцией? Крупнейшим вызовом для США являются они сами, а не Китай. Собрав себе в голову намерение сдерживать Китай, США в конце концов нанесут урон самим себе.
такая дурная риторика, либо петь за столом, а то в меню. Просто неприемлемо.
There's gonna be a point where America's mouth is gonna fucking hurt themselves, dude. Take a look at this. Why Koreans stand with Palestine?
Many Koreans stand with Palestine. It kind of all goes back to 1948. 1948 is a year of the Nakba, when Palestinians were forced to flee from their homes just like they are now, in order for the State of Israel to be created under imperialist forces' support. It was also the same year that the Republic of South Korea was created. The US arbitrarily drew the 30th parallel that separated North and South Korea. The division of the peninsula resulted in countless families being separated for their entire lives. There's one incident in 1948 that happened in South Korea that doesn't get talked about enough. To this day, it's something that the US has not admitted or apologized for. There was something called the April 3rd Massacre, or Jeju Uprising. Thousands of people on Jeju Island were protesting the division of the Korean Peninsula because they had just gained
another American massacre, dude.
From Japanese occupation, and they did not want to be separated by imperialist forces. Under US military leadership and authority, protesters on Jeju Island were massacred. Over a period of 6 years, more than 30,000 people were killed on Jeju Island. In order to suppress this rebellion, that was around 10% of the island's whole population at the time. The US authorized this massacre by saying that these protesters were communists, and that this was an effort to suppress a communist insurgency. This massacre has triggered generational trauma for so many Koreans. Survivors of this massacre are still seeking for an apology from the US. South Korea continues to serve the interests of the US military. Today, the largest US military base is in South Korea.
Jesus fucking Christ, America, dude. What the shit? This is Meteora. Rock formation somewhere. Very cool. How the fuck do we get up there, though? So take a look. Easter getaway traffic queues, whatever. Drivers are being warned of a long delays on roads of more than 14 million Easter getaway trips are expected. Oh, this is some China bad shit, dude. So, look, people are trying to get away because of Easter. China braced for largest human migration on Earth amid bleak economic backdrop. That's the same thing, but this is the American version. That's the Chinese version. You see this, dude? China braced for largest human migration on Earth. Fucking hell, dude. They're so fucking nuts. They're so nuts, dude. The US diplomats are getting brain damage, and Russia is supposedly to blame.
Are we being attacked?
I told you 2 days ago that there was an upcoming plan in the works that will blame Russia for Havana syndrome.
My personal opinion, yes.
By whom?
The people in government who have headaches, they can get compensation, money. And the people who complain about this are obviously anti-Russians in the government.
Russia.
Greg Ed Green ran the investigation for the Defense Intelligence Agency. He would not discuss classified information, but he described his team's work from 2021 to 2023.
We were collecting a large body of data ranging from signals intelligence, human intelligence, open source reporting, anything regarding the internet, travel records.
We had data from all over, everywhere.
Financial records, you name it.
It is debunked, dude. Havana syndrome is scientifically debunked.
Unfortunately, I can't get into specifics based on the classification, but I can tell you at a very early stage, I started to focus on Moscow.
Can you tell me about the patterns you began to see?
One of the things I started to notice was the caliber of our officer that was being impacted. This wasn't happening to our worst or our middle range officers. This was happening to our top 5-10% performing officers across the Defense Intelligence
We don't have
Agency.
any performing officers.
And consistently, there was a Russia nexus. There was some angle where they had worked against Russia, focused on Russia, and done extremely well.
What has been the impact on American national security?
The impact has been that the intelligence officers and our diplomats working abroad are being removed from their posts with traumatic brain injuries. They're being neutralized.
Just ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous, dude. So not only did they have to make another round of Russia bad, but the politicians have to get more money. They did both. I need to sneeze. This is the Al-Shifa medical complex that Israel has been raiding or besieging for 2 weeks. And massacres has been happening in this hospital and outside the hospital. Rape. And then they killed the women they raped. And literally massacres. Israel has left the hospital today, but so we're getting news about what they're gonna find in that place, and it's horrible, dude. Ukraine may ban TikTok if America does it as well, or whatever, dude. Last night, this is Putin. I don't know what happened. Some terror attack, maybe. I don't know. Troop-starved Ukrainian brigades turn to marketing to attract recruits. So exhausted brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces have lost faith in mobilization system. Ukrainian propaganda is not able to cope with the recruitment of Ukrainians to join the ranks of the AFU. For several months, the streets of Kiev and other cities of Ukraine are full of advertisement for joining the ranks of Ukraine. Everywhere, soldiers in streets post as billboards urge passers-by to enlist in the army, claiming victories in our hands. Accounts of AFU brigades, thematic hashtags, and thousands of vacancies in the army are now published on social networks. These actions are not the result of the work of the political or military elite of Ukraine. According to the New York Times, the exhausted brigades of the AFU are forced to act bypassing by the mobilization system, calling deceiving ordinary citizens to join their ranks. Shit, dude. I'm moving on. Trump.
The United States should pay its fair share.
This is about NATO. I'm not sure if this is way back, dude, but Trump has been talking about NATO for a while, and it's coordinated. What he's saying is that Europe should just pay more, and what he's really saying is that Europe should give more of their money to the American military-industrial complex. That's what he's saying.
Everybody else's fair share.
No, fair enough.
I believe the United States was paying 90% of NATO, the cost of NATO. It could be 100%. It was the most unfair thing. And don't forget, it's more important to them than it is to us. We have an ocean in between.
No, it's not important to us, dude. NATO is an American tool.
Some problems, okay? We have a nice, big, beautiful ocean. And it's more important for...
It's not important for us, dude. We got UK MP George Galloway.
The truth is that our country is in very real danger of falling into the trap of Mussolini, going around the world threatening people with Germany's army. Our politicians go around the world threatening people with America's army. But there's a big change coming. President Trump is coming back in November. And he doesn't much fancy their NATO. He doesn't intend to send American soldiers to die for Kupiansk.
They want to destroy Europe, dude. So Trump might pull out of NATO. And then the CIA is going to inform NATO, go attack Russia. And then Europe is going to be destroyed.
Or for the Zelensky regime in Kiev. He has no intention whatever of continuing their war in Ukraine. And I heard a senior member of the House say, if America withdraws from NATO, we are going to have to increase our contribution to 5%, 6%, maybe 7% of GDP. These people seriously imagine that they'll continue NATO without the United States of America?
That's nuts, dude. Take a look at this. America. Facebook and Meta are flagging social media posts directly to the FBI, whom in turn will show up at the door of anyone daring to criticize the government's criminal behavior. This is very fucking bad, dude.
Can we just move in front of the house so the dogs don't go crazy?
Sure we can, yeah.
I need you to identify yourself and let me take imagery of your IDs.
I'm not going to show you my credentials on the phone.
So you said you were with the FBI?
That's correct.
And why won't you show me your credentials?
We did. I showed you my
I didn't take a look at them. I said, 1 second, I'll be right back. Are you going to show me your credentials or no?
Yeah, we did already. And we identified ourselves. So what we'd like to do...
I didn't look at your credentials. Again, I didn't verify them. I told you to wait, and I went inside.
Okay, that's correct. What we'd like to do is just have a conversation with you about some social media posts that you've made. Would you be willing to talk to us today about that?
No, I would not. I would like you to later talk on with my lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have identification cards? No. No. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right.
Do you mind having your attorney contact the FBI office in Oklahoma City?
What's the number? What are the names of the agents?
I'll Google it for you.
So you're refusing to identify yourselves?
No, we've already identified ourselves.
Again, I did not take a look.
Okay, so the phone number for the FBI in Oklahoma City is 405-290-7770.
Okay.
If you can just call and give him the name, then he'll put you in contact with us and I'll be happy to speak.
And tell him that Facebook flagged me for posts.
Facebook gave us a couple screenshots of your accounts.
Okay. So we no longer live in a free country and we can't say what we want?
No, we totally do. That's why we're not here to arrest you or anything like that.
Well, you can't arrest me for freedom of speech. We live in America.
Correct.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird that you want to come talk to me about me exercising my freedom of speech.
We do this every day, all day long, talk to people.
Okay.
It's just an effort to keep everybody safe, make sure that nobody has any ill will.
No, Cat Cube. He's gonna abuse it. Trump pulling out of NATO is a trick, dude. He's still gonna be sacrificing Europe.
Everybody on the neighborhood.
Do you have information with anybody else in the neighborhood?
I mean, all I've done is exercise my right as an American citizen on a public social media platform with my personal opinions. Correct? Okay. Most of the individuals, right, in America, especially older generation, right, have Facebook. Are you questioning all the citizens in America?
We certainly would if we had any sort of concerns.
Okay, so you have concerns about my personal opinions?
If you don't want to talk to us, then you can...
I'm definitely not going to have a talk with you.
Well, thank you for your time this morning, and feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, they're so-called FBI.
I feel like they're kind of threatening in a way, dude. Sunglasses and the bullshit. Is that supposed to be like a social... so weird, dude.
This is Rola Abdeljawad in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is America.
Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is, dude. A massive anti-government demonstration is taking place in Israel. The dissatisfied demanded that the Prime Minister Netanyahu resign and a deal be concluded with Hamas on the release of hostages. Yeah, I wonder how many times it happens at 10. I wonder how many times it happens where I don't fucking know, dude. Moldova. It's reported that 20 Ukrainian border guards fled to Moldova to avoid being sent to the front. Ukrainian border guards fleeing.
Вчера в городе Болграде Одесской области, находящейся на границе с Молдовой, 20 человек
Maybe Rotterdam. Maybe.
по форме. Не, оружие они где-то вроде сложили где-то в посадке там на границе. Незаконно пересекли границу. Ушли в СЗЧ, короче. И в Молдову. И Молдова их приняла как беженцев. Вроде все нормально, как...
So what he's saying is, it was reported yesterday that the Kirovograd region, a forcibly mobilized man shot himself with a service weapon taken from a guard. Okay, but they're saying that the service or the border guards are fleeing Ukraine. That's bad, dude. That's fucking bad, dude. So I think we got something from Belarus. Special forces of the KGB of Belarus carried out an operation in the areas bordering Ukraine, neutralizing Ukrainian agents. The Belarusian state television channel reported that agents of the Ukraine Special Services, are among them were citizens of Belarus, moved explosives across the southern border equipped hiding places, so that later others recruited by Kiev will blow up and kill. So you got Ukrainians placing explosives at the border with Belarus. Then they recruit people inside Belarus gonna get these explosives.
Он говорил, что это с Украины, как бы с разведки или откуда, ну, как бы военные.
Вот здесь вот где-то он был, находился.
Опачки. В каждом контейнере находится пульсичное взрывчатое вещество.
Когда он ездил и закладывал закладки, я была рядом. Он меня просил, чтобы я фотографировала.
4000 было в закладке и около $2000.
I'm a bit nervous, dude. Did you understand that, boys? What is this? Let's check new arrivals on the energy sector. This time the channel blah 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 blah. Britney Popovskaya thermal power plant. Bum 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 bum. Alright. So take a look at this. This guy, Ding Dang, I think it was you. This guy, Wall Street Silver, is a Zionist. Spread fake news. Just in, mass deportation of Muslims going on in Russia after the theater attack. I think it was Ding Dangler that showed me. He posted like fake news. That guy, super fucking cope, dude. This video has been going around and it's coming from a lot of tweets like this. It is incredibly false. Read how Western accounts promoted by X seeks to paint another false narrative about Russia. This is the Zakharova Migration Center in Moscow. Citizens of foreign countries receive, among other things, work, patents, and temporary residence permits, and all of them not just Muslims. The reason for the crowds here is just due to increased police measures to check documents since the terrorist attack in Crocus City Mall. Just another fake dude. There's someone who did that thing, I forgot to. Who warned me about that specific guy. The Washington Post. 4 fragile lives found ended in evacuated Gaza hospital. The point of this is that you got dead babies. And they were found dead in the Al-Shifa. And New York Times are trying to find different ways of writing it rather than using Israel, babies, and dead. So they say fragile, and also they were starved to death, right? So they can't use the word starvation or starved. And then it ended instead of fucking dead. Sukhoi 34. Is this a Ukrainian? No. FRB, dude. Tough. Moving on. Ukraine morphed into gangsters' paradise under the West watch. In June 2002, the US Justice Department mentioned Ukraine's growing importance as a transit point for heroin trafficking from Afghanistan through the Balkan and northern routes. The US-backed 2014 coup in Ukraine exacerbated the problem that was followed by a spike in crime and drug smuggling. In March 2014, the Russian authorities registered an uptick in drug smuggling from Ukraine. Ukraine's drug dealers' activity in Russia reached their peak in 2016-2018. In April 2023, the Russian Interior Ministry accused Ukraine's security services of taking part in setting up covert drug labs in Russia and recruiting drug dealers. ISIS started using Afghan opiates for enriching since at least 2014, as per Russian Federal Service of Drug Control. ISIS saw conflicts in Syria and post-coup Ukraine as an opportunity to connect underground criminal networks. As per RAND, ISIS fighters use Ukraine as a transit point and safe haven. Ukraine's role as transit points for Afghan drugs, including heroin, later methamphetamine, continues to steadily rise since 2014. Ukraine, dude. This is about, I've done a video about Gaza. Visualization of the territory under Palestinian control.
Palestine went from this to this, and it didn't happen overnight.
Soviet Union was part of that UN plan. Very fucking bad, dude. Very fucking bad. Russian disinformation on Ukraine has grown in scale and skill, says Berlin. You don't say so, dude. What do you say about this, Berlin? Adidas will not use the number 44 of the Germany national football uniform. Previously, social media noticed that it's similar to the symbols of SS. You don't say, dude. Just make a fucking normal 4. We got footage of the destruction of the Al-Shifa hospital, which I told you about. The IDF besieged this hospital for 2 weeks at this point. They have kidnapped, raided, raped, and killed in and around the hospital. I've told you stories about rooms where there was like 150 people inside, no food, no nothing. They were patients of the hospital. I assume all of them are dead, dude. I assume all of them are dead, dude. This was like a mass casualty event. Gas cylinder burning gasoline. This is in the street in Moscow. I think it's an unnatural event, dude. Look, there's something happening here, dude. That guy should be careful. Oi! So there's someone reporting from Al-Shifa hospital after the pullout of the Israeli army. I've been working non-stop for the past 6 months covering what's happening in Gaza. But what I saw today while visiting Al-Shifa hospital was unlike anything I've witnessed before. Israeli occupation forces executed 300 Palestinians in and around the hospital. And this morning I witnessed hundreds of bodies outside the hospital. There wasn't one full body. All of their bodies were either pieces or heavily mutilated. Their bodies were of horrific conditions. Many had their hands and legs tied behind their backs and were flattened by bulldozers. Many of the bodies were burned and left to be crushed to pieces. Several bodies were decomposed and partly eaten by stray dogs. Most of the bodies were unrecognizable. Families could only identify them by their clothes. Al-Shifa Hospital was considered the largest medical complex in Gaza Strip, catering to many complex cases. It's been completely destroyed. They burned it down and destroyed all medical equipment. Israeli occupation forces has one goal, is to destroy every inch of Gaza. There are stories of them raping every woman and then killing every one of them. And a lot of you have seen tired Palestinians being driven over by tanks. This is some next level shit, dude. It's some evil fucking shit, dude. This is why I imagine Hans Fexer would go, dude. Biden believes NATO respects him. The American president said that the leader of NATO countries treat him with respect and emphasize that they are afraid for the coming of power of Trump. Okay. Then we got this is at NHS. Long A&E waits in England needlessly kills over 250 a week. Why do they have to wait unless they're like overpopulated? Figures from the Royal College of Emergency Medicine believes patients are dying due to spending multiple hours at A&E, particularly after the decision has been made to admit them. In February, the number of people waiting more than 12 hours in A&E adapts to actually being admitted stood to 44 hours, but the NHS target is 4 hours. So again, I think we got another video where the FSB is detaining people. The militant captured in Dagestan, I showed you this yesterday, participated in financing and providing terrorists from Kosovo and were planning to blow up the embankment in Kaspiysk. The cell neutralized in Kaspiysk included 4 militants who were planning a terrorist attack in Kaspiysk, after which they wanted to escape from Russia. So this is another terrorist attack that was stopped, dude. It's going completely nuts with Russia. You guys did this. You think so, CatCube? Now take a listen to this. This is where the guy is being interrogated and admits to working with the terrorists in Kosovo.
При задержании в квартире нашли 2 калашника и 460 пули. Я возил им оружие этим ребятам, которые нападали на Корпус-Сити Холл в городе Москва. Я отвез им оружие из Махачкалы в Мытищи. Я только с их финансами.
I got no subtitles, but he was saying what I said. Havana syndrome reports links mysterious illness to Russian intelligence units. Lol, dude. a Ukrainian militant, said that everyone should be forced to serve in the military, and the ones who refused should be stripped from citizenships and sent to the other side. I would be sent to the other side, dude. An American with alcohol addiction is attempting to persuade Ukrainian conscripts to die for Victoria Nuland.
There are people standing for this flag.
Вони знають людей, які воюють за цей прапор.
Fighting for freedom.
Воюють за свободу.
And I tell you today that you...
What a joke, dude. This is a fucking joke.
Я сьогодні вас запевняю, ви не обирали цей прапор.
Listen to me, you did not choose this flag.
Почуйте мене, ви не обирали цей прапор.
I see it on you everywhere. I see a flag.
This guy is like a Twitter guy, right? He's probably nobody, like a Twitter. He thought, I'll go to Ukraine and I'll do this. Maybe I'll get some more followers on my Twitter.
Я бачу сьогодні його скрізь на ваших плечах. Я бачу його сьогодні майорячим в багатьох містах.
But you did not choose this flag.
Але ви не обирали цей прапор.
God chose this flag for you.
Бог зробив цей вибір за вас.
God gave you this flag.
Бог вірив йому.
God chose it for you.
Бог обрав його для
God
вас.
decided you would be Ukrainians.
Бог вирішив, що ви...
I wonder if he practiced, dude. Stood at home in America and like practiced.
And one day you would stand and you would fight for this flag.
І одного дня ви станете і будете воювати за
You
цей
would
прапор.
show the world what Ukrainian warriors are.
Показуючи світові приклад, ким є насправді український воїн.
Jesus Christ, dude. That's so fucking bad. This is from the investigative committee. I'm gonna read what she says because there's no subs. The investigators began a procedural check regarding terrorist activities against Russia by the United States, Ukraine, and other Western countries. Based on the results of consideration of the appeal of the State Duma deputies A.L. Kraskov, N.M. Katinova, and public figures regarding the need to investigate the organization, financing, and conducting of terrorist acts by the United States, Ukraine, and other Western countries directed against Russia. A procedural check was okay, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. What this says is the investigator began a procedural check regarding terrorist attack against Russia by the US, Ukraine, and other countries. Okay, there it is, dude. Hey, Marcus. From Haaretz, a newspaper in Israel. This is how IDF soldiers shoot anyone who enters the extermination areas in the Gaza Strip. Extermination areas. Do we have some news around this dude? The Deputy Foreign Minister of Kyrgyzstan is unhappy that 69 of his fellow citizens were banned from entering Russia. Russia has banned the entry of 69 citizens of Kyrgyzstan. Some of these people were on the migrant blacklist, while others were expelled from the country for other reasons. Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kyrgyzstan, Almaz Imakishev, was offended and said that the fellow citizens were allegedly expelled from his country without evidence. Russian security forces have the right not to allow foreigners into the Russian Federation if their appearance does not inspire confidence or causes fear. However, the statement of the Kyrgyz politician are groundless, since the assessment of compliance with migration legislation by foreign citizens are responsible for the Russian security forces. Okay, whatever. I thought that might be something else. Because anti-Ukrainian sentiment is growing in Germany. Germany has started burning cars with Ukrainian number plates.
Brandanschläge in Nordhausen. Unbekannte haben vergangene Nacht 3 Autos in Brand gesetzt. Laut Polizei hatten alle Fahrzeuge ukrainische Kennzeichen. Sie waren in der Innenstadt nicht weit voneinander entfernt geparkt. Auch auf einem Feld bei Schlotheim im Unstrut-Heinig-Kreis ist ein ausgebrannter Transporter mit ukrainischen Kennzeichen entdeckt worden. Die Polizei prüft einen Zusammenhang.
As Christians, we are not supposed to assign God to a flag. I didn't know. Take a listen to this. This is from the UN.
The problem is that the UN agenda is the same with Davos agenda. This, in fact, is my main topic for our conversation today. For this reason, the world oligarchic system, they have the power on Europe because they control all the people like Bundeskanzler or president or prime minister or whatever there are. So for this reason, sorry to interrupt you, the situation with Donald Trump was a big shock.
They didn't expect that to happen. That was an accident, I suppose.
Absolutely an accident.
Not part of their game plan.
It was the first time of the oligarch system was happened an accident. Because normally it have to be Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And the process which we are dealing now with this pandemic and all these liars was supposed to be in 2016.
They were pushed into
exactly
early
in a
start.
sense to be in 2020 to be a disaster regarding food and water.
Ah, I see.
Which normally they want to arrive in 2025 now.
I see.
So the plan was a little bit changed, and for this reason, of course they will not succeed. This is clear. I mean the system is almost down. It's but of course there are the last moments, and we have to have the courage now, all of us, to say no, in a sense that UN could be a fantastic, can have a fantastic role, but is not, because it's totally under control of the oligarchs. The problem is that these oligarchs, all of them, are related with the system of the pedophilia one, because we know that there are more than 8 million children.
8 million children
per year, which they disappear. 8 million does mean the entire population of Austria.
Or Denmark.
They disappear without any information.
That's nuts, dude. That's fucking nuts, dude. This is, I think Russia, I'm not sure if Russia made this, but someone made an ad to Ukraine because of Klitschko's son was partying in Germany. These are like rich Ukrainian versus poor Ukrainians. This is all fictional, this video.
Ви народилися в одній країні. Ви обидва хотіли кращого життя. Подорожувати, тусуватися, відпочивати, відриватися наповну. Але його поважний татусь вирішив, що тобі це не треба. Чи готовий ти померти за нього?
This is Russian propaganda, boys. Russian propaganda. Not all that other shit, dude. Is this Crocus? Is this another mall? I think this is another mall that was evacuated. So let me double check. In Moscow, the Kursk rail station was evacuated. Law enforcement agencies are working them. The passage of passengers to the platforms bypassing the stations through the third tunnel has been organized. The station did not affect the movement of trains. According to the media, the station is being checked after a report of mining. The slug cookers. We got another FSB operation in Rostov region. Another terrorist was apprehended. It doesn't say what he was doing. It doesn't say that. Al-Shifa. I'm going fast today, boys. I want to get offline. I want to go to bed slightly earlier. And I got a tiny headache. Yeah, fake calls about mining. Ukraine keeps calling all over Russia and pretend there's a bomb threat. The eye ache has disappeared. That's just like one day, it seems. I don't take any anti-allergy. That eye ache was super fucking annoying, dude. The brightness of the screen was even annoying me. I got Havana syndrome. I would rather just stop here because I'm skipping some videos that I kind of want to show you. So I think instead I'm just gonna pause. At least start the queue here. Thank you, Shelby.